Hello and welcome to the post-market update from Nirmal. Here that overall it seems to be a weak day of trade. We started off with a slightly negative bias, and that's what even SGX Nifty was indicating. Clearly, we've been tracking cues from the Asian markets as well. Right now, there is negativity that continues to persist on that front, and that's something that we are mirroring. If you see Nifty and Sensex, both are down in the range of almost around 0.4% to almost 0.5% as we speak. And you have the financials which are trading pretty much in line. So if you talk about Bank Nifty, that's pretty much seeing similar kind of pressures that we're seeing on the benchmark indices. However, if you see the Nifty PSU Bank index, that's down almost around 1.8%. So that's where the major pressure has been coming on right now. And you have the broader markets just slightly outperforming the benchmark indices. There is that mild positivity, that fluctuation between gains and losses that's happening on that front. Heavy selling with regards to utilities as well as the oil and gas space is something which was actually pulling the markets lower earlier. You have IT, which remains the top sectoral gainer, whereas as we mentioned, the PSU Bank index is down almost on 1.8%. Clearly, you have RIL, which is playing spoilsport right now in today's session. ITC also is dragging Nifty lower. And if you talk about the breadth, pretty much skewed towards the bears. However, interestingly, you have RIL, TCS, Escorts, IDBI, as well as ITI. These are few of the names which are still trading at a 52-week high in today's session of trade. And with that, if you see in terms of the broader markets, again, which continue, you have Alkai Amines, that's one of the stocks which is at a 52-week high. Bharat Dynamics, Navin Fluorine, Syngene International, all these stocks are trading at a 52-week high. Let's understand the gainers and losers. So Bajaj Finance, IndusInd Bank, Infosys, ICICI Bank, Asian Paints, Bajaj Finserv. These are the top gainers on Nifty 50, whereas on the losing front as well, you have Adani Ports, M&M, Power Grid, Grasim Industries, Bharti Infratel, as well as Ultratech Cement. These are the top losers. Talking about broader markets, you have Lind India, Prison Johnson, Maharashtra Scooters, M&M Financial Services, Mahindra Logistics. These are few of the top gainers coming in on BSE 500 as we speak. Whereas again, if you see in terms of the losing end, you have Indraprasth Gas, Tucson Energy, Future Retail, Omax is trading at a 52-week low as well, Future Consumer as well as a Crompton Greaves Consumer. These are few of the stocks which are trading at a 52-week low. Let's understand the movers and shakers of trade today. So Tata Power, their arm has completed sale transaction of ships, which is keeping the stock on an up move. Mindtech has backed a project from one of the new European plants, which is giving it support. Capital Points arm has signed an agreement with Zelia Pharmaceuticals, and that's something which is providing support to our Capital Points. Shriram Transport Finance has surged on the back of the note that they've received to raise funds via rights issue. Balaji Telephones arm has entered into a strategic partnership with Waypoint India. Prism Johnson has acquired around 35% stake in Sanskar Ceramics. Tata Consumer Products is up for a fourth consecutive session, as well as the Syngene International, as we already mentioned, is trading at an all-time high. So a lot of stock-specific action is what we are witnessing in today's day of trade. There's no persistent direction that we are seeing. We are fluctuating between gains and losses. Where we end in today's session is going to be interesting. Nifty has again given away that 10,700 mark in trade today. Whether we're able to again achieve that back on closing levels is something we need to wait and watch. But psychological marker down of 10,700 has been broken in today's trade. But overall, a pretty lackluster range-bound session is what we've been witnessing so far. That's all that we have in the afternoon market update from Nirmal. Thanks for watching.